Hi. Today I'm gonna be doing a tutorial on hands as best as I can because look, I suck at explaining things and I'm really awkward, which is why I put these things off. And I usually don't have a script or something, and I just go. And I did one before this, and that turned out horrible. And I do so many tutorials, but I end up deleting them because I'm awkward and I don't know. I'm bad at explaining stuff, so hopefully this won't go so bad. And yeah, hope it helps and stuff. So to get right into it, we're gonna start out with a sort of the basic structure of a hand, and I'll just pull up an image of a hand. Just rotate it and size it down so it ain't so it's easier to handle. Kill me. Anyway, so what I actually recommend doing before, I guess, you start drawing hands is really sort of study them. It doesn't have to be from real life, although I would recommend it because it's, more accurate. But see, like maybe your favorite artists or people who draw hands really nice and stuff, and just get those images, maybe like on the side like this or whatever, and just really break them down into simple shapes. Maybe even use different colors. Like for the palm, I guess we'll use this dark teal type thing. For the fingers, we'll use a pink. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'll just trace them like this. No, just simple. And just put lines. And then for the thumb, I guess I'll use a green. There we go. And the wrist will be blue. That's not really okay. There we go. And just really break him down into shapes like this, and learn to understand the hand. Like, talk to it. See what its problems are. But yeah, like I said, just really break the hand down into basic shapes, so when you go to draw them, you understand how it works and what you can use to sort of aid you in drawing it. So for me, the way I look and go about drawing hands, it might not be the most accurate way of drawing hands or the best way, but this is my sort of way, and it helps me, and it might be able to help you. So what I think about when I draw hands is, again, just cut it down to the most simple shape. And as you can see, there is no line through here, but it divides the palm shape in two parts. And again, with the fingers, as you can see, I haven't divided the thumb, but we'll get into that later. So the reason why I've divided them into these parts and not just kind of left it like this is my mental image of it is this, because when I draw hands, I like to think of them as things that you can move. Well, you can move them, but I mean on the picture, like something you can move. So when you think about the joints of the hand, you know what's kind of possible and what's not, even though sometimes my hands are impossible. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, are you okay? That's not how a hand works, but it looks generally how a hand works. It's more stylized. Leave me alone. So basically, the most important part of starting the hand, I think, is the palm, because it's just kind of the base of everything. And I think about it like almost two round ball things stacked onto each other and stretched out. So I'll start the palm like this. A bump for your top part where, I don't know what it's called. So just to bump the top part, and then the lower bump is where your thumb stays. Oh, and as you can see, the wrist doesn't really go like this, like from the hand. It goes to, like, the thumb points out almost, and it's like this. You see? There's a bit of a space in between here, like. boom, thumb. Yeah, so you think of it like this, and have the little, I like to think this is like a roof to the house. I like to divide the index finger separate from the other fingers, because it gives me a sort of more control, I suppose, in a way. It gives me more control of how these work, and it sort of gives me a base for the other one, so I know how tall to do them, or how short, or whatever. And another thing you want to take into consideration, besides like the joints and how they move, is not take into consideration, but something that I do quite often is group them. And by that I mean, I guess I'll do it in different colors. So I also put this on the side just to sort of give it an almost three-dimensional feel, so it's not just like a 2D hand. Anyway, so we have, I guess we'll just do it like, okay, so we have our basic shape of the palm, and then we have our, I'll do it in yellow, it's not really, we'll have our thumb. Oops, that's a horrible thumb. So we'll have our thumb, and then what I like to do is I like to separate my index finger or the pinky. Not all the time, but it's usually either one. It's either the index or the pinky, and then have this middle part grouped together, and then just kind of draw a line down there. That's kind of a horrible hand, but you get the feel of it. Just fix that. Sure. So grouping them into like separate parts like this, like I guess you could do it like this, but it's easier to do it sort of in a mental, like a little side note you keep in there while you draw them. So it really works for almost anything. Like, let's say I want to draw, I don't know, pointing. We'll draw the palm again. It's facing a little up, so it's like this. You can see the half point, so we know that it's a bit folded. Thumb pointing out. There we go. We'll have the index finger, because obviously they're pointing, or I don't know, making a statement, or like, index finger, and then group the other fingers into one shape, and there you go, another hand. Except that pink is so vibrant you can't see anything. Cheese. Ooh. Okay, that works. So there you go. Again, break it down. Break the palm and the wrist. I guess into one shape. Remember that it's flesh and shit, and it has like I guess kind of creases or whatever. Yeah, we have the index finger here as a sort of standpoint, I suppose, for like a reference for the other fingers to know how big they are and whatever. And yeah, also as you can see, my hands aren't as static, I suppose, as normal hands are. They go on a sort of, like, there's a motion to them. It's almost like curved, I guess. Even with this, it's kind of like, ooh, curve. And that's just my style, and you can have it a little more boxish, I guess, if you want. But yeah, this is the general, I suppose, the general things I go about when drawing hands. And I think a lot of people have problems with the fingers, and honestly just sausages. They're just sausages stacked up upon each other. Also, like, when you're drawing fingers, like, also break those down. Like, you have your normal breakdown, and then just break it down even more. So we'll start at the fingertip, and then we'll add another layer, and then another layer, and there you go. It's a finger, slightly bumpy, like your actual finger. I don't know, this is more bumpy than usual, but yeah. As you can see, like from the little, like you have your knuckles, and I have fucking no idea what those are called. Like other knuckles? I mean, these are knuckles. Those, like the fucking joints. So just look at the joints and layer them over each other, I guess. So they actually make the little circle thing. Like where they overlap, that's where the circle stuff is. And it this really helps for like when you're drawing fingers. There we go. I don't fucking know what this is. Anyway. Yeah, and really just practice, because hands are difficult and they're awkward. They're these little flesh things with like other flesh stick things sticking out of them, and it's really awkward and weird, but it's not actually that hard once you get the feel of it and you start to understand how it actually works. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope this helped and stuff. Like, I think I just rambled a lot and didn't explain anything properly, and I just was like, just do it, my dudes. And yeah, like, I hope it helped. I hope it came in. I hope it comes in handy, this tutorial. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just stop now. Thanks for watching, and bye.